Principles of design. Unity is the harmony produced by all the elements in a design piece. For instance, using similar color that match and integrate elements organically makes it appear as if they belong together. Everything selected for use in a composition must complement the key theme and must also serve some functional purpose within the design. Unity in a composition is achieved when all the design principles have correctly applied and there is harmony between them. When all the design elements work harmoniously together, giving the viewer a satisfying sense of belongingness. Unity is sometimes referred to as harmony. It creates a sense of order. When a design possesses unity, there will be a consistency of sizes and shapes, as well as a harmony of color and pattern, balancing them throughout the composition. Too much unity can result in a sterile design with a lack of personality, and lack of unity would make your design feel cluttered and confusing. Viewers will be attracted to the wrong element of the design and won't get a clear message. A good rule of thumb is to place an element in your design only if it enhances the message. You can achieve unity by making clear relationships between visual elements. When unity is achieved, first, the individual elements within a composition will not be competing for attention. Second, the key theme will be communicated more clearly. Third, the design will evoke a sense of completeness and organization. In this example of unity in art, Botero creates unity through subject matter, through rhythm, and through repetition of form, shape, and color. Harmony is the sense of cohesiveness between the elements in a composition. The elements shouldn't be exactly the same or completely different but related in some way. Color palettes or similar texture can create a sense of unity between different components. Using similarity shape, items will create harmony because they will seem related. Not enough or too much harmony can make a design dull. There needs to be some kind of variety for it to be visually interesting. One should note that harmony is not the same as unity. However, harmony enhances unity in a work of art. Specifically, harmony uses the elements of art like colors, lines, shapes, forms, values, space, and textures as a vehicle to create a sense of togetherness. For example, a painting which features mostly different tones of green or different tones of blue. Pablo Picasso's The Old Guitarist is united by the dull blue tones used in the painting. Even the orange guitar looks like it is bathed in soft blue light. Rhythm is a principle of design that suggests movement or action. Rhythm is usually achieved through repetition of lines, shapes, colors, and more. It creates a visual tempo in artworks and provides a path for the viewer's eye to follow. In this rhythm example, the artist uses pattern, repetition of line, and contrast between curve and straight lines to create rhythm in art. In this example, the painter repeats shape, color, and line to bounce the viewer's eyes around the artwork. Variety in art refers to the use of different qualities or instances of the visual elements. It is the opposite of repetitive and monotonous use of the elements. Variety is often obtained through the use of diversity and change by artists who wish to increase the visual interest of their work. Variety adds something interesting to the composition to create contrast and tension. For instance, mixing organic shapes with geometric shapes adds variety. This concept should reinforce the message you're trying to communicate in your design, otherwise it can look pointless. This picture is a great demonstration of variety by Tom Thomson. Notice all the different colors, lines, shapes, and brushwork. The end result is pleasing and interesting to look at. Balance refers to the distribution of weight in a composition, while actual weight is a factor in sculpture and architecture. The principle of balance most often refers to the visual heaviness of shapes and forms in an artwork. An artwork's balance affects the equality and tension of the composition and can lend a feeling of calm or chaos to the work. There are three types of balance: symmetrical balance, asymmetrical balance, radial balance. Symmetrical balance is well balanced and looks even and stable. When one side of an artwork mirrors the other, it has absolute symmetry. When the symmetrical balance is not exact, it is called bilateral symmetry. In this example, each animal on the left has its equal counterpart on the right. The colors are not exact, but it is still considered symmetrical balance. A symmetrical balance is heavier or lighter in some areas, looks unstable, and can make the viewer uncomfortable. A symmetric balance adds a dynamic look to artworks and often draws attention to focal points in the composition. For example, in this painting, the artist balanced the heavy black figure on the right with a curtain in the left. If the curtain were different size or a different color, the balance would be thrown off. Radial balance is arranged around a central component. Forms and objects in a radially balanced composition appear to radiate out of the circular focal point of the artwork. With radial balance, in this example, one can imagine the artwork as equal pieces of a pie. Proportion is the size relationship between the various parts of an artwork. Artists can use the scale and proportion to create sensations such as deep, realism, disorientation, and drama. In this image, the human figure is scaled to appear larger than the city skyline. The proportions could indicate depth of perspective or could symbolize the relationship of laborers in building a city. In this example, the artist manipulates the individual proportions of the child as well as create varying size relationship between the objects in the painting and the child to create meaning in the artwork. Emphasis refers to the area of an artwork that dominates attention or draws interest. It is often the place a viewer looks first. Artists create emphasis by contrasting the elements of art, such as color or shape. In this example of emphasis in art, Goya highlights the man in white through putting him in a spotlight, having the man wear bright clothes, having many lines throughout the composition pointing to the man, and having his emotional face be one of the only faces shown. Coordination is defined as minimizing or toning down other compositional elements in order to bring attention to the focal point. Focal points refers to an area in the composition that has most significance, an area that the artist wants to draw attention to as the most important aspect.